Hello, welcome to Woman reality talk show where we have a heart to heart embracing womanhood. Oh, ladies, you look so beautiful.
Thank you.
With me today is
Emanuela.
D
Evelyn. Lorena.
and Rhoda. Thank you for joining us. Now, in the current situation or economic situation that we are going through, don't seem nice for very many of us.
Yes.
But with my ladies, your representation represents something else. I don't know, are you facing the same? Is it hard for you?
Of
my
course.
dear.
Yes.
The businesses. It's really tight.
The fuel prices are crazy. People are parked their cars.
Or have you packed your car?
That is a good one. I'm very sure. Now we are limiting. You're limiting the distances you have to travel. If someone was calling you, hey, please come and check on me, you would know, it might have fuel. I won't be able to make it, but not because you wouldn't really want to go there, but just because I have to work the whole week, and then this fuel that I'm going to use just to go and chat, I would rather keep it,
And
So it's really biting. It's biting everyone. But of course, we don't have to show everyone that we are doing
You're
bad.
doing bad.
Yes.
So hence, that's the sponsor for the looking good.
Yes.
And we also have school fees.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
in the recent time, the school fees doubled.
Yes.
Really,
Yes.
and I know parents. We have single mothers who are facing the pinch. We have mothers who are working in markets, who are working on the street. To even make matters worse, like now, when you go on the streets, they are empty.
Downtown.
Downtown, and
Yeah.
before you had these women with their children trying to do those odd jobs to take care of their children. Now, in this situation, what are they doing? Sometimes I'm wondering, what are they doing? How are they coping?
How are
They were
they
trans-
And remember,
Responsible.
there are so many that lost their jobs and those that have lost their businesses. So
Yes.
it becomes really tight to cope up.
So you or us, how are we trying to cope? Like, how are you coping with the situation? Going through the same.
For one, at this rate, every expenditure has to be looked at very critically.
Counted for.
Yes, everything must have an expenditure. Like, if I was buying a pizza, maybe for my child, then it's time for me to downsize it to, can you have a samosa? So really all expenditures have to be looked at because every penny that goes out is not coming back. And at the rate at which money flows out should be really, really downsized to know that everything should be a necessity. Luxuries should be reduced. Because if I was supposed to be probably hanging out from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, then maybe I hang out less. If I was having a beer, maybe I would having if I was taking a black label that was maybe like a liter, I'm downsizing to have something like 750, things like that. Okay,
Downside.
yeah, we are downsizing the expenditure.
That's a good downsizing.
It brings us closer to God.
We are different. As they said, as people are doing away with the bread and then go on. And by the way, cassava is now more expensive than the bread.
I know.
Anyway, for me on the other side, I would say it has really brought me out of my comfort. Like that is how I'm trying to cope because before I would be like comfortable in my shop, seated customers will come. But now I need to be very more aggressive to go out and look for them. Like look out for that money. You get the extra. So that is how I'm trying to cope. Like not sitting back, but coming out of my comfort to see that every coin is
entering you.
Well, for me, it has really been interesting because in this situation, we've had to do some projects, but I've learned a lot. On top of us doing baking, I have learned to do construction. Before, I would look at doing gypsum as like, oh my goodness, what is this? Well, how do they even put it together? We've done that with my husband. We've done
So you mean you
carpentry.
don't employ someone to do it? You,
Because what happens is that my husband keeps telling me that I'm earning this money. Why? If I was going to hire somebody to do this job, so me doing it, I'm earning the money.
You're
So
earning
I'm
the money.
saving
Saving
it
it.
because I want to do this job, whether I hire somebody or I do it myself. So what do? We learn. We are doing silly. We are learning to do tiles. We've done like woodwork.
Wow.
We've done wooden panels.
So generally, this situation is a blessing in disguise.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, it's a blessing in disguise because it has taught me. I've done flower pots, like flower pots from cement. I've done. I kind of like, and now because of the situation, it has like explored. You know, like your limit. I keep telling me what's my limit of creating, of innovation. You know, so in this situation, instead of like sitting down and saying, feeling sorry, I can't afford this, I can't afford to hire somebody, we tell ourselves, let's do it. Yes.
Okay.
So they cut on the money they should have given to someone.
Yes.
So they earn it and save it.
I seem to be in Emma's situation of parking the car and not.
I know, but you're not stop lying to us.
I am not parking. I've not parked it, but I can tell you it has checked my movements. Like I am that person. I am that person who would be everywhere. But now I only move if I must. So if you don't see me where you always see me, please understand. It is a fuel thing.
Yeah, but also for me, like it has really, just like I said, out of my comfort. A person who thought like I would be maybe concentrating on one business. No. I said I can do better. You know, I've started more other businesses, as you have seen.
What business are you doing?
Agriculture. Apparently. Apparently, this woman sells the tomatoes, the onions, and before you know it, these are things that move daily. So that's what.
Thank you, Emma. How are you coping
Well,
being a family lady? I want to understand.
We have reduced on consumption of things at home. Where you are just putting sugar, like now the sugar is limited. You know, the things we spend at home, as in everything is budgeted for. Where you're just extravagant in the kitchen, you pour cooking oil like you're pouring water, as in. You learn to like limit everything.
Use for tomatoes.
Where you're using for tomatoes now, you come down to 2
And they're very
tomatoes.
expensive now.
Onions, you know, you have to like, So
Wow,
I think that is how we are
this
coping.
seems like you or we have as ladies mastered where the priority is. Of at least I'm not hearing you saying you're changing the kids from now they are good school and taking them to maybe another school that is not paying higher as a way, but that can be a solution
That can
out
be a
there.
solution.
Yeah, for those that are
else.
struggling with the school fees, you can work out. And
And actually, even with that, I have a friend who decided to homeschool. Yeah, so she realized that what she was earning was like probably like when you look at, she has 4 kids and they all have to go to school. So you look at the school fees whereby everyone is taking like one M plus, and she's earning probably like 1M. So this would be like 4M.
5 or
Or even more.
Because
So she decided to
transport,
take on the
uniforms.
homeschooling. So she's schooling her kids so that they can save.
she
on
has
that
like
money.
the curriculum they are following. She gets the
Yeah,
material. She trained herself.
It's there. It's out
So
there.
now, how does she balance like training your kids at home and then having to earn? Or
You know,
does
like, no, it's like this. Like when it's time for class, like how you know it's school and they have the time. Like at this time you're doing this, at this time you're doing this. So when they wake up early in the morning, they do the chores and they know this is done. So it's time for class. They sit in class. Actually, she even got a setting where it's all class. So it's all business.
I know homeschooling is very good, but it's very good if you have disciplined children.
You have to do it
instill
because
that
if you do not have that money, I'm telling you, these are
You'll
hard times and they are
find
calling for
ways.
you know.
So
you have to find
Yeah,
And
you
I
have to
think
find
in this
always
situation,
possible.
it's basically accepting that, you know, this is what we are in and how do we handle. Because the moment you don't come out to know that this is the situation, you will still spend as if like you're earning
No, even the time, like these times you realize that you don't have the tuition.
You don't even have the
What
money to
happens?
spend.
Are the kids going to just sit
home?
So you have to do it. Like
Yes,
you
get
just
out
have
of
no
your
option.
way.
But then you realize that then I have to give the best to my kids.
Yes.
So you do it.
I am so glad that you ladies are very practical and are taking on the situation without sitting back and letting some of these things get to us, and which is something that I know out there it has affected people in a different way. I'm glad we are bringing out the positive, but I know out there, okay, generally, how has this worked the other people in your community? How has it affected them? How has it affected the youth out there? Like, who are our children that we are seeing?
Recently, it was just sitting me, when we were just talking about that, something like I just remembered something. I think it was previously last Sunday. Last Sunday we're moving, like checking on these blockers, how they can take you to check on the land and all that.
And houses.
So as we're coming back, the guy told us a story of a guy. He was I think in the late 30s or 40s. So he sold his land because the situation was really tight on him. Family was demanding, like everything. He had lost most of the things that he had, the businesses and all that. So he had to keep on selling his land. And when he sold his land, these guys were promising him that he would go to America. So he kept selling and selling and selling. Before he knew, these guys were
They robbed him of his money.
So they took all his money and then the land. So he ended up committing suicide.
Oh, that's very
So
unfortunate.
that is how-
Yes.
So I think communities, you realize that theft
Has
has
increased.
just really increased. Like people are like hitting other people, like you hear, is it the
Yes.
panga guys?
Yeah, they do.
And they're really there.
Yeah,
like if it has not yet happened to someone that you don't know, you may think it's all a lie.
Yeah.
But I've had friends actually, like I've had like 3 friends in a period of 1 month who have been attacked.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
Add me
yes.
to that list. My
So
phone was
for real?
robbed. Yeah, my phone was robbed 2 weeks ago.
Mine was robbed last week.
Just in night,
Was
walking
it
to
last
the
week
car
or
and
this
it was
week?
robbed.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
just
like,
funny,
and
like
coming from home, like I was shocked. I didn't even scream because I was like,
Yes,
it is home.
Happens abruptly.
Like, it's
Yes,
home.
It is home. I'm just like,
and then someone just snatches it.
yeah, like on
Yeah.
a border, and the guy like looked so smart. So like he was going to take a passenger. I'm like, you have a border, you dress. It is just becoming too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, even
becoming
in
too
town
much.
center, I realized that most of our customers, when they enter the shop, as they are trying to open their bags, they've already cut their bags. I don't know what they're doing, but they cut the bag and all the things that are in the bag just drop down, they pick and run away.
take
So
forward.
someone opens and like they have nothing in their bag, the phones,
Nigeria.
money, and
Yes.
it's really
Wow.
It's really bad. So I think now this gives points us to why there is a lot of criminality that has
Yes.
increased out there.
The stress
And
is
then
really
the
too much on
stress,
people.
well,
are depressed.
people are depressed out there, and
Stress.
yes, and how do we go out then to help, or how do we, for the purpose of those that are listening to us, how would people cope? Like, how would you advise people to go about this? Like, how do we as ladies?
I think it's something that we can't run away from. We will definitely get stressed, But now how we come out from that stress so that it doesn't like take us to another level of like depression. We need to share. Because this is a situation that is happening everywhere. I mean, it's not in your home alone, but it's happening in all homes. If you were having like, let me say, 3 meals a day, and then now like you're having 2 meals, it's not news. I mean, it's happening in other homes. So
Some
I think
homes
that
are
is-
even taking 1 meal.
yeah. So we need to just share with a friend. Find someone you can talk to that this is happening. As you talk together, you will find that. I mean, this is something that we need to. Go
So we
along
have
with.
to be intentional in opening up.
Yeah.
But sometimes sometimes it's hard as women to open up.
I would imagine. Who are you opening up to?
Most especially it is hard depending on what situation, because I might be going through a situation and then you will be telling me, but you can do this, you can do that. I remember I was going through a situation, and for me it is very important where I take my kids to school.
Yeah.
For somebody else, they'll say it is okay, you can take them
it's
to
not
any
about
school.
you.
Now, for me, because I value the quality of friends they're going to interact with in the future, I value the quality of education they're receiving, and I value, their future. So I mind, the quality of education they're receiving. So now, if I come and really financially I'm constrained, then somebody's telling me, but your child is in King's College, they're paying 2 million shillings.
Why
How
don't
can you tell
take
me you're
them to-
broke?
Yeah, like
Tell
how would
them
you
to a
say?
school
So that
that
you can
is paying
like you can say you're
500,000.
broke.
So that means you will not share and remain in your
so
own.
Now, so now instead of coming for you to help me, like, okay, now you need 2 million shillings. What can you do
Yes.
to be able to earn and maintain your child? Because that's your passion.
Looking at another option of income, maybe.
Of income, you get it?
Yes.
Somebody will be telling you, get your child from there, take it. Why are you stressing? 2 million is enough for all your children.
Yeah,
Without stress. So it becomes so hard sometimes to share.
share.
To share your problems, because some people may not understand. Now for somebody, he wanted really to go like that gentleman. Maybe he wanted to go
And
abroad.
someone wants 2
It
million
might
for
have
that
been a
capital.
solution.
I think
Someone wants 2 million as capital and you're telling your school is
it
going,
must
you know.
have been like shame. You know, when people have told you that something is happening, how do you trust those people? And then you have not listened. I believe it could have been shame. But then something I believe about sharing is the load that you had in the beginning of like, it is taking too much of life, your thoughts, like every time you wake up, you're looking at this problem. But when you walk out there and share with someone, I know sometimes you may not really find a perfect person to share with, but then you have cut off the burden. I mean,
Yeah, you've cut off the burden.
you have talked to someone.
And
I mean,
also accepting the situation
Yeah.
is very paramount. Usually when you don't accept the situation, everything becomes very hard. So even the 1 meal you're eating becomes very hard because you take it in pain. But after knowing that this is what is on the table, I'm gracefully taking this and embracing it. We are going to have tea the whole day. That is good enough for us.
Yes.
As long as we know we are going to take the kids to school.
Yes.
We are saving that money for kids to school.
Yes.
We will have our tea. We are having it peacefully, happily, because we have accepted the what?
Yes.
The situation.
The situation.
Yeah, so accepting the situation is very important when we are dealing with this economic situation.
Yeah, and when Diana talks about accepting, it takes me back to a point of, I know it's not good to compare, to make comparisons, but sometimes comparison helps us be grateful. If like I'm here and I can afford the 2 meals you're talking about, I just put it in my mind, there is someone out there who has not had anything.
Yeah.
I usually tell it to my children that the food you're going to throw away, there is someone out there who's crying to have that food. So it's important. Like,
Thank you. I think that gets me to ask us and the people that are listening in or watching this to also find social groups, like find support groups. Some situations are easier when faced as a team. If I am going through something and I know, the situations are hard, economic situations are hard, but also doing life. So as a result, it puts a lot of pressure on you and a lot of thoughts. But sometimes when I hang out with friends and you laugh about something, you will learn that you're not alone.
you're not alone.
So find a support group, and to us also, let us be empathetic. Like let's try to feel what other people are feeling. Of sometimes we're too harsh to people and judge them so much, and without realizing that actually it's hard. The times are hard, guys. It's hard. If someone used to give you 200K for weddings, parties,
Now they can give
and
you
the person
30.
can give you that.
You appreciate that. Instead of saying this person has more.
So you
I
think
do
someone
not
has
appreciate
more, and they're like,
If people change their perceptions of always expecting a lot from you when they don't know what you're going through, because usually people, when they look at you, they don't know we have so many loans there that we have to cover,
like
and
you
yet
have the loans
the
to
businesses
cover.
are very slow.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes, just like, something I wanted to share, like me who is in the business world, we had so many employees, but we really had to accept that we can no longer afford to pay all these things, so we had to cut off.
But we have to also be mindful of personalities. You know, sometimes there are people who are open, introverted, and there are people who are extroverted. So, like, you also have to be mindful of who you are. And say, I'm in this situation. Now, if I'm an introverted person, so I have to seek maybe spiritual help. Because that means I don't open up easily. And so it becomes easier for me to seek a spiritual person and also to pray. Because my inner turmoil can be sorted out with prayer.
With prayer.
somebody who is spiritual. Now, for somebody who is extroverted, it's easier.
For you to
She
share
is,
and
you know, so
and-
like you open up,
can
you
just put it
blow
out.
it there, you know, you take it, you like it.
Talking about that personality, now let me
Yes.
hear from
Actually,
Emma.
she'll say what I was
Yes,
going to
who is
say.
not the extrovert
Because,
type.
yes, I talk, but it depends.
Yeah.
But for me, I mainly find solace in prayer.
Yeah.
People think, but this girl, but as long as I've prayed about something, and you know, and I know what the Word of God says, for me that is my solace.
Yes.
So, like, I think this sums it up. Like, everything said and done, us doing everything, everything goes back to letting God give you the grace to
Yeah.
take
Let
it
him
forward.
take charge. You know?
Oh, thank you, ladies, for sharing. Now, all that said and done, I think to viewers out there, take refuge in God, and those that are in authority that can do something, please do it for the sake of Ugandans, and let us be the strength for each other, and let's go out where you can help. Give a shilling or two to the people that you find that cannot afford. Please do. Let's be brothers. Let's be sisters in all this. Where you can find an extra income and you can earn it. Do not despise any job. Go out there and try to make an extra coin. Oh, thank you so much. Till next time. Bye bye.